African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals, intelligence, and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing on the progress of the special military operation as of December 28, 2025. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces have improved their tactical position, inflicted a defeat on the formations of the Assault Regiment of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the area of the settlement of Kondratovka in the Sumy region. On the Kharkiv direction, a defeat was inflicted on units of two mechanized brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and a National Guard brigade in the areas of the settlements of Veselo, Izbitskoye, Staritsa, and Stognia in the Kharkiv region. The Armed Forces of Ukraine lost up to 140 servicemen and 12 vehicles. Units of the West Group of Forces inflicted a defeat on the manpower and equipment of 5 mechanized assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 National Guard brigades, and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Kupiansk-Uzlovoye, Kurilovka, Boldirevka, Blagodatovka, Pristin, and Korovyar in the Kharkiv region. On the Kupiansk direction during the day, units of the 6th Army repelled 2 attacks of formations of the 92nd Assault and 14th Mechanized Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Podoli and Nechvolodovka in the Kharkiv region, with the aim of breaking into the city of Kupiansk in the Kharkiv region. Up to 15 militants and a T-64 tank were destroyed. In total, in the area of the West Group of Forces, the enemy's losses amounted to more than 200 servicemen, a tank, 2 M113 armored personnel carriers produced in the USA, 3 armored combat vehicles, and 10 pickup trucks. 5 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the South Group of Forces have taken more advantageous positions. A defeat was inflicted on the formations of 7 mechanized and airborne brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Nikiforovka, Konstantinovka, Donetskoye, Reznikovka, Slavyansk, Krivaya Luka, Ilichivka, and Ray Alexandrovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 155 servicemen, 3 M113 armored personnel carriers produced in the USA, 2 armored combat vehicles, 13 vehicles, and an ammunition depot. Units of the Center Force Group, as a result of decisive actions, liberated the settlements of Dimitrov, Rodinsky, Artemovka, and Volnoye in the Donetsk People's Republic. The manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized infantry brigades, 2 airborne assault brigades, and airmobile brigades, 3 assault regiments of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 2 Marine brigades, the Azov Special Forces Brigade, a territorial defense brigade, and 3 National Guard brigades were destroyed near the settlements of Lenino, Ivanovka, Toretskoye, Kutuzovka, Grishino, Shevchenko, Belitskoye, Dobropolye, Vasilevka, Novi Donbass in the Donetsk People's Republic, and Novopavlivka in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. The enemy lost over 500 servicemen, 3 combat armored vehicles, a pickup truck, and a radio-electronic reconnaissance station. Units of the East Force Group continued to advance deep into the enemy's defenses and completed the liberation of the settlement of Gulyai Pol in Zaporizhzhia Oblast. The manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized brigades, 2 assault brigades, 2 assault regiments, and 2 territorial defense brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were damaged near the settlements of Orikov, Preobrazhenka, and Chervonaya Krynytsia in the Zaporizhzhia region, and Sadovoy in the Kherson region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 185 servicemen, 2 armored combat vehicles, 7 vehicles, and a US-made 150mm M198 howitzer. Units of the Dnipro Forces Group actively liberated the settlement of Stepnogorsk in the Zaporizhzhia region. Formations of a mechanized mountain assault brigade and a territorial defense brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were damaged near the settlements of Orikov, Preobrazhenka, and Chervonaya Krynytsia in the Zaporizhzhia region. and Sadovoy in the Kherson region. More than 60 Ukrainian service members, an armored combat vehicle, 7 vehicles, an electronic warfare station, and 2 supply depots were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, attack drones, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian armed forces struck energy facilities used by Ukraine's military-industrial complex, rocket engine component production facilities, long-range attack drone assembly and launch preparation facilities, as well as temporary deployment sites for Ukrainian armed forces and foreign mercenaries in 148 districts. Air defense systems shot down 1 guided aerial bomb and 370 fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the enemy has lost 669 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 105,665 unmanned aerial vehicles, 641 anti-aircraft missile systems, 26,764 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,634 MLRS combat vehicles, 32,218 field artillery guns and mortars, 50,097 support military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.